In the ever-expanding sea of indie action titles, standing out requires more than just punishing difficulty. It requires mechanical identity. Enter Rubinite, a top-down, 2D pixel art boss rush developed by Cupdog Games. The game combines the grim aesthetics of dark fantasy with the morbid, blood-soaked take on the Little Red Riding Hood theme, and strips away dungeon-crawling exploration to focus entirely on what matters most: spectacular, high-stakes duels. Rubinite wastes no time throwing you into the deep end of its lore. You play as Princess Ruby, a diminutive yet lethal protagonist on a quest for revenge to reclaim the fallen Scarlet Kingdom. Her home has been overrun by blood recipients, ancient cultists, immortal symbiotes, and eldritch horrors twisted by a plague of pureblood. Objectively, the story is delivered primarily through pre-fight sequences and interstitial moments in a monastery hub world. The contrast here is brilliant. The hub feels peaceful and almost Ghibli-esque, offering a much-needed breather before you plunge back into the gory, visceral body horror of the boss arenas. As a matter of fact, the main story is interesting, but the environment storytelling is the real star here. The sheer grotesqueness of the bosses paints a vivid picture of a kingdom pushed to the brink of madness, and makes every encounter feel incredibly impactful. Because Ruby's standard knife attacks do little damage to these towering monstrosities, the entire gameplay loop hinges on a unique core mechanic called focus. To damage a boss, Ruby must hold her ground to charge her focus gauge, which scales up to 3 levels. When unleashed, she executes a devastating thrust attack targeting the enemy's pure blood crystal. But there's a massive catch. While focusing, Ruby cannot move freely. Her only defensive option is a dodge roll. This system fosters a sublime, high-stakes risk and reward loop that is inextricably linked to your proximity to danger. The focus gauge fills significantly faster the closer you are to the boss. You are heavily incentivized to stand inches away from a rampaging behemoth, perfectly timing your invincibility frame dodges to survive while your gauge charges for a lethal blow. You will also unlock several skills when you progress throughout the game, like countering the grab attack or darting, which can be used for a long-range attack, and countering the flying attack from the enemy. As Ruby executes these blood recipients, she absorbs their latent power to craft distinct talismans, injecting a crucial layer of RPG-light build customization into the otherwise strict action loop. Rather than feeling like a tacked-on progression system, the talismans directly inform your approach to the risk and reward mechanics. By equipping different combinations, you can tailor your survival strategy, opting for enhanced dodge recovery to survive the front line, accelerating gauge generation to shorten your vulnerability window, or doubling down on raw thrust damage for a glass cannon offensive. Talking about the visuals, the pixel art is fluid and meticulously detailed, ensuring that every boss telegraphs their attacks with buttery smooth animations that are vital for reading the fight. Furthermore, the visual filter that activates during the focus state narrows your field of view, amplifying the claustrophobia of the duel. The sound design elevates the combat even further. The auditory feedback of a perfectly timed dodge is satisfying, but nothing beats the meaty, screen-shaking crunch of landing a level 3 focus thrust into a boss's weak point. The soundtrack matches the frantic energy of the fights perfectly, blending somber gothic tones with high BPM battle anthems that keep your heart racing from start to finish. Despite its brilliance, Rubinite's hyper-focused design becomes a double-edged sword. The complete reliance on the focus and dodge mechanics can feel overly restrictive to players who prefer expansive movement sets or combo-driven action. Because you're repeating the same core rhythm, stand close, dodge perfectly, strike, encounters can occasionally devolve into feeling more like a rhythm game than a dynamic, improvisational sword fight. Furthermore, while the hitboxes are generally tight, there are moments of technical inconsistency. Certain boss attacks can occasionally feel janky and result in unearned damage. Furthermore, as a pure boss rush, the game offers absolutely zero exploration or level traversal. For players who need a breather between massive encounters or enjoy the beautiful pixel art world, the relentless pace may feel exhausting. Rubinite is an unapologetically difficult indie title that knows exactly what it wants to be. It doesn't pad its runtime with empty corridors or customizations. It serves up a platter of incredibly lethal bosses and demands that you master its unique rhythm. If you thrive on games like Fury or Eldest Souls, Princess Ruby's quest for revenge offers one of the most mechanically cohesive and visually striking indie boss rushes in recent memory.
So I will give Reubenite a score 8 out of 10. So that will wrap up our review.
Don't forget to check our other indie games reviews and our indie games top list. Thank you for watching, guys, and see you in the next video.